Hi you guys, it's your girl Brianna Hope with Moretz TV, and we are in beautiful Hawaii. So I'm so excited to tell you guys I had the chance to interview Jamaica's leading artist. Can you guess who it is?
I know everybody I go like with
reggae music from Jamaica. Yeah! Beats the love,
Chronixx. Cause we not love like this, you know. So every time I rise, we do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Make them know success don't come overnight. No make them know a substance over hype. Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Enough of them love likes, that don't right. Sit down on a post and a tweet all night. See them on social media type. While like say them they a studio advice. Oh me never put them up on no flight. And me never set up
Hey, como mai no Hawaii no. Welcome to Hawaii Chronixx. I know this is your first time in Hawaii. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, it's nice to be here. It's a nice atmosphere. Yeah.
This is your first time in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, my first time on this part of the planet, actually. Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome. Hawaii is real similar to Jamaica. It's kind of more westernized or more city-like, so it's probably you'll see a lot of similarities. So congrats on your Grammy nomination. That must have been an awesome feeling. How was it being there, experiencing that feeling of being nominated?
I wasn't at the actual ceremony, but you know, everybody in Jamaica was excited about it. You know, a lot of excitement and fulfillment and feeling of accomplishment. You know, and the part of people who support our music. You know, as far as personally, you know, it's just always a good thing to be acknowledged. You know, for whatever work that you do by whoever. You know, so. Yeah, it's just the feeling of gratitude, you know, gratitude to know that someone somewhere acknowledged that your work was done, you know, so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the highest esteem, the Grammy, so that's pretty big.
I wouldn't say the highest for a musician, but definitely it's a prestigious thing, you know. So for people who are interested in prestige, it's a great thing, yeah.
What are your thoughts on reggae music today, especially in Jamaica? There's a big segregation, especially between the youth with, you know, roots music versus dancehall, and you're kind of spearheading right now doing the roots music. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, you know, in reggae music, it's just reggae music, you know. And especially in Jamaica, music is just the music because it's the same people who listen to Beanie Man who listen to my music, and it's the same people. It's just 3 million of them, and everybody supports everything. You know, but people tend to make it look like it's a segregated and competitive atmosphere, but in Jamaica it actually isn't, because we all perform on the same festivals. We all, you know, perform to the same people, and it's one people. It's just 3 million Jamaicans in Jamaica, so you know it's the same people supporting all the music. So it's really the people and the culture that keeps our music going, and the culture is alive and well, you know. Yeah, it's nice.
That's awesome. I had this whole idea in my head that it was totally segregated from what the media tells us, you know, and it's not.
No, it's I grew up in the streets of Spanish Town, and in a house where my father is a reggae singer and a dancehall singer. The man there into the whole sound system culture and the dancehall culture, you know. So we know authentically what it is about. Like when you go to a dancehall session, you hear from Who Knows to Welcome to Jamrock to Shaggy, to Vibes Cartel, to Shabarang. So you hear everything, and you also hear Kenny Rogers, you know, you hear Dolly Parton, Celine Dion. Don't?
That's true, that's
real
true.
thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, in Jamaica, the people just love good music, you know. Jamaicans have...
They don't discriminate, right?
No, they don't. Like, it's the only people in the world I know that listen to music indiscriminately. They don't pick and choose based on trend and fashion. Like once it sound good, it hit in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's authentic. That's real. So then, with your style personally, who did you look up to the most besides your father growing up, musically wise?
Well, a lot of people, a lot. Always too much to name, you know. But most of your favorite reggae singers were people who I grew up admiring as a young musician. And yeah, but you know, my greatest influence I find, you know, when I started to do music as a work and started to work on music every day. My greatest influences, shifted more towards the musicians, you know, like the Jackie Me Too, Sly and Robbie, you know, from Dan Drummond to all of the instrumentalists and the great musicians from Jamaica. The Carlton Barrett, the Ashton Barretts, to, Junior Marvin, all of the great guitarists, them, China Smith, Ernest Ranglin, they end up becoming my favorite characters of Jamaican music and the most influential ones, to the more technical production people like King Tubby's, Jammies, Lee Scratch Perry, even up to more modern Bobby Digital, and these were the people I started to understudy and get all them records and try to see what was influencing them at the time, So yeah, those are just to name a few.
Just to name a few, my goodness. All right. Well, like we had mentioned earlier, a lot of our viewers are from the Polynesian, Melanesian, and Micronesian islands. And here, reggae music is heavily, heavily influenced with our sound, our style, and our culture. So do you have any advice to give to any aspiring artists here in Hawaii personally? Because I know a ton of people who are heavily influenced by your sound right now.
Well, I always tell the younger artists them and the upcoming people, I always consider myself a young and upcoming artist, because of, the actuality of how long I've been doing music and what I've learned so far. I always stay very close to your culture and learn the language of your people, because you'll have to know that for anyone else in the world to truly understand you and where you're coming from and where you're going, you yourself will have to learn the language of your people. Or else the world is a very big and diverse place, so learning your language is what gives you the most true identity, so as a Polynesian youth, you need to know Polynesian culture more than anyone else in the world. And then that becomes your identity. As a Jamaican musician, I have to learn Jamaican music more than any other youth in the world. Mm-hmm. And I'm charged with that, to bring that knowledge into the future. Because we can't afford for cultures to be lost,
Yeah.
Especially cultures that are endangered, like the African cultures and the indigenous cultures, like they are endangered cultures, cultures that could easily get wiped out in the next 200-300 years. If some of us as youths don't try our conscious best to preserve these things, So, yeah, my advice is always stay as authentic and unapologetic about your authenticity as possible, because that is what will make it special. Like when your children think about who you were, that's the one thing that will make them respect you more than anyone else in history. Yeah.
I know that we are still celebrating the success of Chronology, so what are we to expect from you in the future?
Well, I'm working on some more music now. Mm-hmm. I'm slowly starting to record again. I don't want to. In the past I was a very intense musician. I'm trying consciously to become more subtle and more delicate with music. Not as drastic, and you know what I mean. So I'm slowly starting to make music again. In a way that I can spend time with the songs and learn them before I try to record them, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you don't want to rush a good thing.
No, never.
Definitely not, definitely not. And I know that also, I believe that you are building a school in Ghana and refurbishing a school in Kingston right now. And could you tell us, and for our followers too, if we can donate or help support the cause?
Yeah, well, my friends, Chaka Bars, Fuse ODG from Ghana, Donisha from Jamaica, along with, a lot of support from members of the Rastafari community and the Bob Marley Foundation. I've decided to collaborate to build a school in Ghana and to refurbish the Haile Selassie High School. So last week they started the refurbishing of the libraries. They're redoing the roof in the school, and so yeah, the project has started, and they have also started construction in Ghana to build a secondary school, I think. So yeah, people can go to the GoFundMe. You can go to the Bob Marley Foundation and make donations, and you can go to the We Will Rise Together GoFundMe. We Will Rise Together, and or you can go on Chaka Bar's social media and follow the donation links and all of them things. And donate, and remember that the good that we can do is greater than our characters, and it is greater than any other thing about us. So we have to make that a priority so that we can make a positive change in the world whenever we get a chance. So yeah.
That's the best way we can do. Do the best that you can, right? Well, that seems to be all the questions that I have. Thank you so much for coming in with us and interviewing.
Yeah, this is the original Chronixx representing for Moritz TV. And I say to all the people of the islands, more love. Peace.
All right, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We got a lot more videos coming your way. Stay tuned.